on a really nutritious, meat-free version of cacciatore. Instead of chicken cacciatore, we're making a portobello cacciatore. You start with 1 portobello per person. I'm cooking for 4, so I started with 4 large portobello caps. Saute them in olive oil until they're deeply brown and have developed their color and their flavor. Then add your salt and pepper. And add in a mixture of sweet and hot peppers. I have a Fresno chili pepper that's spicy but not too hot. You could also substitute a little chili flake if you like. I then use the light green Cubanelle pepper or the mild frying pepper, a red bell pepper, a red onion. You could substitute a yellow, whatever you have on hand in your pantry, a couple of cloves of garlic, and a few tablespoons of fresh thyme. I also added, because we just started growing a garden the last couple of years, my husband and myself, and we always have zucchini this time of the year to use up. So I threw in a zucchini, I seeded it a little bit so I wouldn't put too much liquid into our sauce, and so that the little half moons would stay together. And I just cooked the vegetables until tender crisp. Stir them around another couple minutes because they're going to continue to cook in the sauce itself. Then add a little bit of tomato paste, a couple tablespoons. Now, tomato paste, like dried herbs and spices, it's been trapped in that tube for a while. You have to wake it up. So give it a stir until it's fragrant. And it's sort of been activated. Then you add a little shot of dry wine. I like red wine with cacciatore. It's kind of ironic to make a meat-free version of this because cacciatore is hunter's style chicken, so all we hunted for here were some mushrooms at the grocery store, but you give it a little stir, let the wine cook out a bit. And I like adding a little splash of stock to make things taste like they've been simmering all day, like your grandma cooked for you that day, when really they can be very quick cooking. So a little splash of stock, and then 1 can of Italian tomatoes. Heads up, some brands use the name San Marzano in the title of their product, but they're not actually San Marzano tomatoes. They're not actually Italian tomatoes. Of course, there's a great price on a canned tomato of any variety in the grocery store. Take advantage of it, bring it home. So you let that cook down about 20 minutes. When it thickens up, then you drop your pasta. I'm using a nice whole grain or whole wheat penne with this. I like a penne rigate with the little lines so that it holds a lot of flavor. I'm going to drain that when it's al dente. I'll show you the sauce cooked out and how to serve it up when we come back. So guys, I'm making a really nutritious meal for the whole family. I've got some whole wheat or whole grain pasta that I've cooked up to al dente with a nice bite left to it. Drain it, put it back into the hot pot. My mom always put a little dab of butter and a little sprinkle of cheese over the pasta before she tossed it with whatever sauce. It's really delicious. It kind of glosses up the sauce. It lets the sauce hang out on your tongue a little longer. And it's just the way my mom always made pasta when I was a little kid, so that's what I do. Take a little of that magic starchy cooking water, turn it around with the butter and the cheese. The reason we use whole wheat or whole grain pasta for our all-vegetable portobello mushroom cacciatore is because it's a great way to add more nutrition into meals that kids already love, like pasta night. So you stir together the butter, the cheese, the hot starchy cooking water. Then we're going to marry our sauce of sweetened hot peppers, onions, garlic, tomatoes, a little bit of stock, the portobello mushrooms, the fresh thyme, and the zucchini. We're going to take that thick vegetable sauce and pour all of it into the other pot and marry all of the vegetables with that cheesy, buttery penne. And man, oh man, I mean, it's a feast for the eyes, too. It's just a beautiful, beautiful meal. Lots of vegetables. Real crowd pleaser. Just gorgeous.